Hi, Internet viewers. Frank Rauscher again. We are going to start a new project. In the last video, I tried to show you how to make some patterns and so on. And in this case here, I'm going with a pattern that I designed up a while back. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a blue jay. And the pattern looks like so. And I'm going to show you if you have a bandsaw, how you can make your templates to get this. And if you have the wood and everything else, you can cut it out yourself. But I'm going to show you how to develop the templates and everything else so you can transfer that onto your piece of wood. And what you come up with is a blank that looks like this. And this is a blue jay is not a small bird at all. It really isn't. And it's got some size to it. So we're going to start this project. Now, my original blue jay that I had done, I think I was able to sell it. And I do have a miniature, and that's this guy right here. So I'm going to show you how to develop this guy full size now. But this was a miniature that I had done as an example, and you can see the feather patterns and how the painting looks and everything else. So this is what we're going to go after, and hopefully we'll have some success like we did with the rest of it. Anyway, I'm going to actually show you how to make the pattern on cardboard and transfer it over onto wood, and how you should do it. And then we'll cut it out. And that will probably be on the next video. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get the pattern out and then transfer things over and so on. Now, for those who would like to do this project and don't have the bandsaw or the wood or anything like that, I do have kits for the blue jay, and if anybody wants them, if you write to me and ask and request my catalog, and my email address is Rauscher, RAUSCHER, Frank, FRANK 7 @gmail.com. And what I'll do is once I get your email address, when you request a catalog, I'll send that out to you. And you can peruse through that. And if there's some things you may need, it's probably about a 7-page catalog. It isn't like it's real lengthy. And I do carry more things than that. So if there's things you're looking for that maybe you don't see there, hey, contact me. If I don't carry it, I can at least put you on to some sources that maybe you could save some money and so on. But anyway, you can get the kits from me, or you can get the pattern, or you can get a blank, or you can get the feet. And the kits come with the feet, the eyes, the blank, and the pattern. Okay, so it gives you everything you need to do to follow along. And all you need to do is have the bits or the equipment, and I also sell that as well. So if you're looking for any of that, definitely contact me, and we will try to take care of you on that end of it. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that. Also, if you are following me through my videos and so on, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel, if you would, if you're enjoying it. And also, if you can give me a thumbs up as well, that really helps a lot. And if you have a friend that may be interested in wanting to do some birds or animals or something like that, these are basically like full course from beginning to end, from cutting it out to mounting it to painting it and everything else. I show you every step of the way, okay? So if you're looking for full details of everything on the bird or animal that I'm doing at the time, you'll have that with my videos. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And hopefully you'll enjoy the channel. If you are, I also would kindly take donations if anybody wants to contribute to my channel as well. That's very helpful for me as well too. So I appreciate anybody that would like to contribute to me. That would be great. It helps me in getting things together and the supplies and what have you. So I'm going to turn the camera down so that you can follow me on how I develop things and what I do to create the templates and so on. And we will go a step by step right on through, and I hope you enjoy it. I've had some, I believe, a lot of my YouTube subscribers really have had some real good success on doing the work. So and anytime you get a chance, if you can send me pictures of your finished works, that's great too. I really appreciate that. This way I could see what progress you're making. And if you have any questions, definitely get a hold of my email, and then if you want to contact me, you can. I will try to help you out if you happen to hit a rough spot or something like that. I'm going to also state to you a couple things here. I may make things look easy, okay? And it didn't happen that way for myself, so I just want to be upfront with you. The more you do, the better you get, okay? It's like anything. If you practice long enough, it becomes permanent. And I did not start by making the perfect bird or animal or anything. So you make your mistakes. What I'm trying to do here is to give you a jump start on how to do it without making as many mistakes as I did, and what to look for and how to go about doing it. And you could see it physically as we move from video to video, how things start to come together. And that's what I'm trying to do. I try to do this a lot. The other thing I also want to state to you is I'm teaching you how I've done it. Now, I've been doing this too long. I've probably been carving for about 50 years, some with a knife, and then now I'm into power carving. And I do that, and I really think that's something I really enjoy, is the power carving. And it's all a matter of taste, okay, and how you go at it. But I also want to recommend, you'll see me and my methods, and then if there's somebody in your area that really turns out some nice work, if you have an opportunity to get with them as well, that's smart too, because I'm not the end all here. I'm the beginning, and then you can learn from me and my methods. You can see how somebody else approaches it as well, and then from there you can develop your own style and so on. And that's what happened to me. I was very fortunate to have a fellow by the name of Ernie Mulemat, who's since passed away, but he was like a world-class bird carver, and I was able to study with him for a few years, and that gave me quite a jump start. And then after that, I started teaching. So I have a little bit of an ability to do that or draw, that helps. But by working at it and seeing how it's done, especially with the videos, I used to run like 4 classes a week, and that when you have me in front of you, I can always try to iron out your mistakes and stuff like that. But the one thing that most of the classes couldn't do was to rewind me to see, oh, what did he just do? So you have that ability here. You can play the video a few times over and get exactly how I did it, okay? And then if worse comes to worse and you still can't get it, you can always contact me too. So these are advantages you're going to have where my students that I had in class don't have, okay? So I hope you enjoy this project. It's not a small bird, and it's good. It's because it's not that tight. Now, with the one I showed you, it's a miniature, that's small. Now, I enjoy doing them, and I did them a while back here when the virus hit, and I stopped teaching in my studio here. And I produced these miniatures for a while just to do something different. I had some smaller bases that I wanted to use up, and that is one of them, is that blue jay. My original, I believe I sold that one, and it's a popular bird, and it's attractive too. So I hope you enjoy this project, and if you need anything, definitely contact me. And it's also in the body of the description of this video if you need to get my email address, if you didn't catch it the first time when I gave it to you. And I may give it to you towards the end of this video as well. So I hope you enjoy this project. Like I have a whole slew of them. I got over 300 videos out there of all different projects. So if you don't like the blue jay, you may like a cardinal or a wren. I've done mother and baby otters. I've done a slew of stuff. The ones I haven't done yet, I mean, I've done fish, I've done animals, you name it, I've done it. So along the way, I'll eventually get around to doing different projects and trying to deviate. And then I'm also going to give you these like Q&A type things where I did on the last one, where I showed you actually how to change a pattern, okay? Maybe if you get a kit from me, you're pretty much locked in because the wood is already cut and everything else. But if you have some creative ideas how you want to turn the bird a certain way and stuff like that, and you have the facilities to cut these out, great. And then I also make an offer if anybody has a pattern and they don't have the facility to cut these out, send me the pattern. I'll give you a price on the cutting of it, and then I could ship it out to you and so on to make what you want rather than what I have, okay? So just offering that out to you as well. So we're going to proceed on, and hopefully you'll enjoy this project just as well. And let's see how we make out, okay? And thanks for hanging in there with me. We'll move the camera down. Thanks. Okay, we're looking down on the pattern itself, and all my patterns, for the most part, are to scale, okay? And when you measure a bird, as I said in like the last video, how we determine the length and everything else, the bird usually has a length in one of the bird books, okay? And you can get that readily with a lot of birds that you're looking up different birds and and so on. They usually give you measurements from the tip of the beak to the end of the tail, okay? And that's how they consider the length of it, okay? And this is to scale, okay? Now, I do miniatures, and I scale these down, and I tell you that, I'll state up here that this is like half scale or something like that. Like, I do a great horned owl, but the owl is like 20 inches long, and that's just too big of a project, that I think, to have on a screen, or on a video, I should say. And that great horned owl, even by itself, which was only about 8 inches long, took 47 videos to get done, okay? But I have everything you need to do that owl in there, okay? Now, if for somebody that wanted to do a full-size one, that owl is about 20 inches long. So you could see from 8 inches to 20. And then you always have to consider this. Most of the pieces that I do, you can put on a shelf, okay? When you get into bigger birds, you get limited to where you can put the bird, okay? And I try to, in some cases, miniaturize the birds to accommodate maybe the spacing I have available. So that's another thing you got to consider. But for the jay, it's just an attractive bird. It really is. And I'm going to bring in my miniature, which is this one here. And it's really got some beautiful coloring and everything else. And it's just an interesting one to do. In this case here, they have the cross feathers on the back, and your tail feathers widen out a little bit so that you have you can get to see nice detail on there, and also it has a crest on it that we are going to try to split up to give it some definition, and stuff like that. And we hollow out the back a little bit and so on. So we're going to really make this one pop, I hope. And that's the general idea. So we start with this baby right here. Now, for you to get this and cut out a piece of wood to make this guy. Now, this guy here is already cut. And if I lay this down, this is right on the pattern, straight down. That's it. It's all. This is the profile view. Then you got the top view, and that covers all of that. Okay, so you have the top view here, you got the profile view there, and then you're in business. Okay, and then we start, and I show you how to develop from this block of wood. Okay, but to get this, for those who have a bandsaw or those who want to know how to do it, I'm going to show you how. Now, one of the things I use, this here is called graphite paper. You can get this at almost any hobby shop or art supply place, and it comes in sheets. This is usually bigger than this, but I just cut them up to suit what I need at times. And I got some real big sheets too, because I do some flat art work, and I sometimes sketch things out on paper, and then I want to transfer it onto canvas or my paper, if I'm doing a watercolor and so on, and I'll use graphite paper. And what it works like this is like the dull side, and this has like a shiny side to it. You want to put this one up, and this goes down. So when we go to transfer this, I'm going to just show you a little bit. You need to get like some cardboard or something like that. This has some thickness to it, but you can, I have my templates that I've made already out of something a little thinner than that. And the reason why I get this has like a waxy film on it and stuff like that. And because it's nice and smooth, when you are outlining this, you don't get any bumps or anything like that or any distortions. You're getting a perfect pattern. So here's what I try to do here. I'm going to do this so you can see how this is done. I have the cardboard here, okay? I'm just going to do a part of this because I don't think, or maybe I can, not sure how I got it. Let's see if I can get this all on this piece of cardboard here. We got it there. See, I feel the outline. If you have a nice big piece of cardboard, you don't have to worry about it. And usually I use cardboard because if you're going to make more than one blank, you know, you're going to run this a couple of times with a pen around here, the template that is, and you want it to hold up. So that's a key. Now, once you got the thing placed where it's on the cardboard from out here at the breast area, which is really close to the edge here. Let's see if I come in just a hair. There we go. And I check to make sure that the tail is on the surface of the cardboard and everything else. What I do is I get my graphite paper and I stick that between my pattern, and I don't want to move anything, so I'm trying to slide this under. I'll do the front end because I didn't have a graphite paper big enough at the time here. So shifting this over. See how we do here. There we go. That's got me covered. Now, what I'm going to get is a ballpoint pen. You can either get a red one. This happens to be a blue one. I want to hold this down. Usually you tape it down, at least on one end, but then you want to eventually check it out and lift it up and so on. But here's what I do. I'm just going to go for the outline, not looking for any detail inside here. So I'm going to come in here and I'm pressing along the outside edge. And if you were using a red pen, you could see exactly what I'm doing. The blue doesn't show up as well. And I'm just going to keep with the blue one though. But you can use any color. It's just that this way you know that you are, following the line work, and you don't want to redo things here. So I'm going to come this way like this. Ooh, I got really close to the edge here, and you'll see what I mean after I lift this. So hopefully the graphite paper, which I've used a dozen times, is holding up, because sometimes it wears out like everything else, and if the graphite holds up, then we have an outline that gets transferred. And I should have checked this right from the get-go to make sure I have the right side up and not the wrong side down. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Hopefully I've done this right. If not, I got to do it over again. See how that transferred over? Now, before you move it off, you may want to just check to see if everything on there. And I see that something got lost down here. I know what it is. I did not have the length of the paper long enough. Yep, and I just moved too. That's a mistake. Let's see if I can compensate for this, if I could, because you don't want to move off of the mark. Let me do this. I'm going to really, you want to have a long enough piece so you don't have to dally around with this. I'm going to try to lay this right on. Let's see if I'm close. This is not the way to do it. I should have had a longer piece of graphite paper. Let me see how close I am here. This comes back a little bit. This comes over. That looks like it hit the mark. That looks pretty close. Now, I'm going to get this because it wasn't long enough. I got to do the bottom section here. So let me see if I can come back in here. And this is getting the tail. The tail went off the line, no problem though. Try to stay within your lines. Okay. Now I'll look this up and I can see that here's where I'm at and here's where this is at. So I'm going to ad lib, but we'll get it right. Here it is here. Here it is here. Now, if I did it right, I'd have a bigger piece of graphite paper to cover it all at once, okay? So there's the outline as we go. Now, what I usually do is I'll get like a Sharpie fine point, and I'll come in and I'll go right on the line to get the outline of this onto the graphite paper. Onto the cardboard, excuse me. My mind's going elsewhere here. There. There. So what happens is this emboldens the outline because the graphite paper, when it first starts out, will be a lot darker. But in the case of this, I want this to be like permanent, so that I have to cut this out. Okay. Now you can do it one of two ways. You can use scissors, and if your scissors will cut through whatever material you have of a cardboard or something like that. And if not, I'll also put this on a bandsaw and cut it out on that just like it's a piece of wood. So what I do, let's see if I can just cut a little bit here just to show you. But I'm not going to do the whole thing. We'll say like, let's see if this will cut. Yeah, see, this is too thick of a cardboard. The one I actually made is a thinner cardboard. This thing is about almost 3 times as thick. And this is good because this will last and hold. This is a nice cardboard surface that had some waxy film on it. And I thought this would hold up too, which it does. So here's what I do. In the case of the real thick one, I stick this on my bandsaw and I go in and I cut it out, okay? If I had a thinner piece of cardboard and it happened to be white and not gray, I would get this outline just like it is here, okay? And I cut it out and there's my pattern, okay? It's this cut out, right? Now, once you get this, and then you get the top view, which is this one. This one fits right over top. And what I do, just to let you know, and you're going to see it, instead of just cutting it short here, what I do is I end up getting, let's see, let me get a pencil here. What I actually do when I'm cutting this out, I'll cut everything else out. When it comes to the tail, I just run this out to the edge here, which would be here, and I run this out like this. So if you notice, see how this is wider So that it's just that straightaway, I just continue down to what would be to the end of the feather here, okay? And I do that. We can always grind that off, and it's not a big deal. But I just cut it this way and cut it that way instead of trying to round it, okay? You can do that too, you know. You can follow that outline, and it'll work too, okay? And you could see it here, you know. If you wanted to do it that close, you can. And if you want to do it straight away, you can do that too, like I did here. Eventually, when we go to shape things, we will have this all marked in pencil here, and you could grind this off, okay? It's just 6 of one, half a dozen of another. So I want you to see how I make the templates, and I do the exact same thing for the top view looking down. Now, these are all to scale, all these patterns. So if you ever had to measure, I give you measurements here for the location of the eye and so on, or the beak, or the width of the head. And one of the dimensions you see here, like 5/8, is from the center out to the upper part of the head, because the head itself narrows a little bit on most birds from the eye and above. And the cheek area, which is what I call this right down in here, protrudes out more. So that one here is measured right here, and that's 3/4 of an inch out. So from here to the center is 3/4, and from here to the center is 3/4. And when we develop this, we're gonna actually put this as limitations when we go to shape things, okay? But this is early in the game here yet. We're really got to get this. If you look at this blank, after I show you how to cut this out on the next video, then we're going to round it. We also have to put a center line. If you see, maybe I didn't do it on this one. Yeah, here's part of it. But there's a center line that comes right up through here. And then you got a center line at the head. We will establish that on our blank. And then everything is based off of those center lines. Everything is the same on either side. So I just want to let you know that. We're a little premature on that information. And we also put that center line on the bottom and run that up so that everything is based. The width of this body has a certain number to it, and it's to scale. If you measured it across here, this blank should give you almost exactly the same thing, okay? We're pretty damn close, and we'll get that exact as we go, okay? So I just wanted to show you how we can create the templates. And on next video, we will cut this out of a block of wood, and there's a way of cutting that out too. So I want to give you all the information on how I start from beginning to end so that you know how to do all this. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you'll learn something from it. And then we'll go on. And if you followed me on my last video, you could see how I made changes. Maybe not to this bird, but to a kinglet, but it works the same way. They're all pretty much the same. The wings are crisscrossing here, where the kinglet was a drop wing. Each bird, you can position it differently. The head, you may want to turn it more. You want to turn it less, or turn it to the left or to the right. You have choices when you're creating it yourself. So I just want to give you an idea, but this is what we're working towards, okay? And if you look at my miniature here, it's the exact same thing, only at half scale, okay? And I took it down, but we're doing full scale. And you'll you'll get exactly what you see here, okay? And we will work it that way. So it's a real attractive bird. So hope you enjoy this project. If you need anything, definitely contact me, and that's through my email. Yeah, you can give me a call, or you can email me and request a catalog. I can send this out. You can see the pricing for the pattern or the blank or the feet or the eyes, or you can get it as a kit, okay? So, and my email address is Rauscher, R-A-U-S-C-H-E-R, Frank, F-R-A-N-K, 7 at gmail.com. And hope to see you on the next video. Hey, take care.